What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here back with another video. Join us now as we look at the wildest wrestling news and stories you need to know, including was Vince McMahon at Saturday night's main event, WWE fans dislike bomb John Cena's final ever match, WWE fans almost riot after John Cena's loss. We're in a new era of WWE apparently. Fans caught Bayley being unhappy. Brock Lesnar's final ever opponent has been leaked. Cody Rhodes cries after John Cena's retirement, a legend not retiring, and much more. Our first story looks at was Vince McMahon at Saturday night's main event. Now, top story looks at John Cena's final match, specifically speculation that Vince McMahon was in attendance at the show, and due to Vince McMahon being featured in the Cena tribute video at the end of the show, and fans also caught John Cena giving a nice little smile when he saw Vince's face, it led to rumors that McMahon could have been backstage or in the crowd. However, it's now been reported that McMahon nor U.S. President Donald Trump were in attendance. Vince McMahon nor Donald Trump were at tonight's WWE Saturday night main event. Robert F. Kennedy was at the show. A number of wrestlers were brought in specifically to see the final match. Randy Orton was not, as he's overseas promoting the Royal Rumble. The footage of McMahon in the tribute video was archived footage from around 2010, and it's still somewhat of a surprise that they actually feature McMahon in any capacity in the retirement tour. Now, it is still possible that Cena asked for Vince McMahon to be in attendance at the Hall of Fame induction, and as things stand, this is still rumored to be next year during WrestleMania weekend. In relation to Robert F. Kennedy, it was somewhat of a surprise that he didn't feature on camera last night. With that being said, the crowd last night was extremely hostile, and WWE could have been looking at a situation where Kennedy was booed, which could have caused him grave embarrassment. Not more embarrassing than that finish, though. Orton not being present continues to disappoint fans. The history between Randy Orton and John Cena is well documented, and the fact that Orton was instead booked on a WWE tie commitment in Saudi Arabia instead of the show highlights how WWE sees him in 2025. It definitely would have been great as John Cena was taking off his armbands that you would see Ree's reaction right at ringside. Next up, WWE fans dislike bomb John Cena's final ever match. But this is one of the first vocal instances where fans have really revolted against the head booker Triple H on live television. Fans were absolutely furious that WWE decided to have John Cena tap out to Gunther. And when Triple H appeared on screen to close out the show, the boos were thunderous. This somewhat took away from Cena's moment, as all anyone could focus on was a controversial end to Cena's iconic career. Now, surprisingly, Triple H still appeared on the post-show, and to be fair, that took guts of that crowd as a chance almost drowned him out. Triple H was met with chants of AW, "We want Vince," and "You effed up." Triple H traditionally has a crowd on his side, so the fact that he received such hostility shows all the blame is falling on him. Triple H even addressed the boos numerous times, and even at one point said, "Well, that's disappointing. I thought you'd be louder." But now, fans have taken to YouTube to voice their opinion on the match itself, and the dislikes currently speak for themselves as at the time of this video. WB's highlight reel of the match has obtained over 26,000 dislikes on their official YouTube channel. By the end of the year, due to how much mainstream attention this is getting, this could be the most disliked video in WWE history. Actually, no one could top Jay, right? Next up, Triple H defends his booking. Triple H was quick to defend his booking on the post-show last night, and as expected, the game basically implied that it was John Cena's call to tap out clean to Gunther. There are time-honored traditions in our business. There are ways you handle your business. John has said the right thing his entire career. It's all about leaving this place better than you found it. There's no way for people to understand that in the moment. You do what is right for business. You do what is right for the industry. John has done that his entire career. I'm going to do that for my entire career. Now, the game continued by saying, if you want to talk behind the scenes, he will put over somebody on the way out. He will leave this better than he found it. He will go in the ring and make somebody on his way out. That's what John does and has always done. I know people will criticize this and look at it and talk about this moment right here. I've got big shoulders. I'm good with it. And a majority of fans did expect Cena to lose to Gunther last night, but virtually nobody expected Cena to tap out. Cena is a man who prides himself on being the man who never gives up, and Cena finally giving up his final match is quite poetic. Yet, it doesn't have a sense of celebration and triumph that fans want out of a final match. Cena is one of the most celebrated and beloved pro wrestlers of all time, so fans are bound to get emotional. So, it's understandable why there's so much outrage being directed towards WWE and Triple H. A lot of fans are questioning if there would be outrage if Cena passed out rather than tapped out, and it's definitely a topic worth discussing. If Cena passed out, he would have kept his integrity and his never say die, never give up Itho wouldn't have been shattered in his final final ever match. Now, it goes without saying that a lot of frustration from fans comes from a genuine place. And this frustration has been brewing all year long. WWE's massively let fans and Cena down with the retirement run. Cena had a disastrous heel run, and he was given a number of wasteful matches that took the WWE great for granted. It was also puzzling why WWE only chose 36 dates for Cena this year, when he could have done double that. He was missing from go-home episodes, and probably much more, but that's for another video. For a lot of the year, particularly when Cena reverted to his babyface roots, it was almost as if WWE were ready to boot Cena out the door. This was seen with his squash against Brock Lesnar, his two-title reign with the IC title. Cena's booking last night hasn't hindered his legacy in any way. In fact, it's further the love and admiration fans have for him, and there perhaps will be never another wrestler that evokes such a visceral reaction like Big Match John. WWE fans almost riot after John Cena lost. Now, things could have almost gone catastrophic last night, as a heel heat was so bad on Gunther last night that he needed a ton of extra security to leave the arena. Banned footage on social media shows fans try and get to Gunther shouting at profanity, and WWE thankfully provided substantial security to keep the ring general safe. Now this video is actually crazy. This is a type of heel heat that was present in the 70s and 80s, and Gunther could now be the biggest heel in the entire world. Whilst it's understandable why Gunther is getting a ton of heel heat, personal attacks, or even fans threatening violence is a step way too far. At the end of the day, Gunther is just doing his job, and it's always important to separate the wrestler and the human being when it comes to this kind of booking. Man, even 10-year-olds were squaring up to Gunther last night. You just came up to dare. I dare you. I'm dare you. New era of WWE is here. Triple H is probably the undisputed king of welcoming fans to a new era. And last night, the head of WWE Creative once again ushered in another era. According to the game on the post-press conference, due to the show featuring the retirement of John Cena, as well as the NXT showcases of Oberfay, Sol Rooker, and others, it officially marked a new era in WWE. Which era are we in again? Oh, right, yeah, the Saudi era. Our fans are already mocking these comments on social media, as Triple H does have a tendency to overhype the product, which can be ultimately detrimental in the long run. Are we really in a new era of WWE? This will be perhaps the 5th era in the last 5 years. Next up, WWE teases Brock Lesnar versus Oberfay. The WWE are officially teasing a huge match between Brock Lesnar and Oberfay. Speaking on the post-show last night, Peter Rosenberg asked Triple H about a potential matchup between the two titans, and this is what he had to say. Not everyone is going to take that giant leap to the next level immediately, but Ober is one of those guys where you're instantly thinking about it. You're talking about Brock Lesnar, the ultimate destroyer in this business. And already there's a comparison being made when Ober walks in the door just watching Oberfay. There's a lot of people you want to see him go against. That's the wonderful thing about it. That's the wonderful thing about NXT. You get to fantasy book these people when they get here and what they can accomplish and achieve. Now, it does appear, at least for now, that Faye will be remaining in NXT. However, we can surely expect a main roster call-up to either Raw or SmackDown in 2026. But we know Brock Lesnar's final ever opponent. And now that Brock Lesnar is set to retire in 2026, his final opponent will reportedly be Gunther. Now, this report comes from WRKD Wrestling. And this source was the first to report that Gunther will be the one to retire John Cena. And this guy really is becoming the legend killer, right? This is probably the right call from WWE, as the next logical feud for Gunther, he isn't going to compete for the world title, is a first-time ever rivalry with Lesnar. The two may collide at WrestleMania, and then could potentially even have a rematch in one of their main events of SummerSlam in August. Do you think Gunther should be the one to retire Brock Lesnar? Bayley unhappy? There's some footage that has emerged of Bayley and CM Punk watching the finish of John Cena's Gunther, and to say that Bayley looks livid would be an understatement. It was likely that Cena tapping out was kept top secret, so a lot of the talent would have had the same emotional reaction as the 19,000+ fans in attendance. Cody Rhodes cries after John Cena's retirement. Cody Rhodes got extremely emotional and even tearful when talking about John Cena's final ever WWE match. Cena's career officially ended when he lost to Gunther, and afterwards, Cody was interviewed during the post-show. He struggled to speak without getting choked up as he reflected on Cena's legacy and impact on wrestling. Cody praised Cena for everything he did in the industry, saying Cena did everything right and left the business better than he found it. He also spoke about the respect of the crowd. Know that the fans chant, "Let's go Cena, instead of booing. Not sure what the hell Cody was listening to after the match, but he said that he was honored to be part of the show and called Cena one of the greatest of all time, highlighting both his accomplishments and his influence on others in WWE. I mean, right now, there's some big responsibility on Cody Rhodes, who's going to be the man to carry John Cena's legacy forward as WWE's biggest babyface.